Hello everyone, and welcome to Hand of Fate, where we find ourselves at the edge of everything, reflecting
One more for the game.
on our past.
Come, sit. You have passed the 13 gates. And you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is wagered. I refuse none who come here. Yet, I say, turn back. The game begins. One lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of. Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me. Let the cards fall where they may. We begin.
Now I've played this and beaten this before, twice now, actually. And the way it works is all our past life experiences are in the deck. And we need to try and make it all the way to the end.
I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories.
Can I give him... Gamepad enabled. Nope, that's not what I want. Subtitles. Baby-de-bum-de-bing-de-bong. There we go. So yes, for the purpose of this, I have reset all of my progress. I am Marith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask? Longer life, I believe, gives me more HP. Supplies is food, and then gold is gold. So I'm gonna go for the old HPs. Dealer draws you 1 max HP health gain card. 5. That's
a little extra health, but it is only a momentary respite.
I think that's actually the lowest I could have gotten out of that. Remember, mortal, that bold heroes make for great ballads, but survivors think twice before meddling in the affairs of gods and monsters. But, whatever our reasons, we gotta make it to the end. Mr.
I was
Lionel!
never a fan of illusion or pretense. Here, I'll make an exception.
Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes a seat next to yours. He taps you on the shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice he appears to be a goblin, fully disguised as a human. His wizened face grins at you with a hint of madness. My name is Sir Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure up your heart's desire with a wizarding wand of my own creation. He cackles uncontrollably for a few moments and then sits patiently waiting for your answer. What do you need? I need to help you. He taps his staff on the ground and a shield materializes at your feet. There you go, old bean. He smiles a warm grin that reveals his chipped and yellow teeth. Your face reminds me of my son. I haven't met you before, have I? Dealer draws me a shield. Excellent, excellent. I can guard now. And reflect projectiles. Excellent, excellent.
You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive.
Then, before you can stop him, with inhuman speed, he snatches a pickled onion off your plate and sprints out the tavern door. The twisted
That
candy.
first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it.
You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of a canyon. The walls of the canyon are covered in thick vines, perfect for climbing. I retrieve the weapon. And now a game of chance.
Choose from these options.
Very carefully, you make your way to the bottom of the canyon. You retrieve a weapon. I got a sword. It's better than my axe.
A moment to savor. That will make you much more effective.
Stairs. You've discovered the exit. I take the stairs.
You're on the final floor of our simple map. Your opponent waits here for you. find him. If you defeat me, well, it is early to be talking about victories and losses. Let us see what you're made of.
While crossing the ancient rope bridges of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear the sounds of movement from below. It's an ambush! Two have dashed. And then I shall have at thee. And now for the first little snippet of combat, which takes place in real time.
You can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
Oop, press the wrong button. So it's a little chunky. Little chunker. But it's from a indie dev studio, which I don't actually think exists anymore, sadly. Because this game and its sequel are just wonderful little things. You recover what you can from the dead. The dealer draws you 3 gains.
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
Okay, I have a second shield. It's
really
the same.
Is that what you're going to do?
Some food. Nice. And some more food. Good. Good, yes. Traveling Mage. I don't have that much. No, I'm gonna pass it by because I don't really have money. That would be great if you have a lot more.
An ambush? Hardly fair, is it?
Suddenly a tree falls across your path, blocking the way ahead. A monster card. Give them all my gold or attack them. Give us all your gold or die, bitch. And it will be 3 bandits this time. And as we continue through the game, more equipment and more everything will slowly unlock. Jump. Yeah. He rolled away. Interesting. Oh. Looks like I might have to turn down the sound a tad. Smidgens. You search the body for loot. 3 gain cards. Okay, an equipment. Another shield. I
cannot expect you to get by without some
food.
protection.
Good. And to traverse the cards, you need 1 food per card, and food will also heal you. As you ooh, let's yoink that a little bit. Okay. But if you don't have food, then
you have reached my first champion.
Start taking
a
damage.
Good man, driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal.
Metal.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Indeed. And that's how we get more cards, more life experiences. Complete them. This gets harder as we go along, and depending.
Some enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way or stop them with your own counterattack.
Let's see if I can just stay on top of things. Yeah, he was far enough away, thank God. Good. Whoa. There we go. Got it. He's busy.
Down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul.
Click.
One champion has been sent to the cabinet. Yet we are only at the start of our road. You will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. We have wagered, and you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim mine. As you improve, so do I. Balance must be retained. Ah, good. Now you understand the basics, we can begin in earnest. Your hero is returned to his beginning items. Our decks are reset. Welcome to the cabinet, home of the members of my court. Time for you to face my undead army. Meet the Jack of Skulls.
And with that comes the deck building portion of this game. You're only allowed to have a certain number of cards in general. But the nice thing about it is that I actually took them out of the deck because I'm a very silly person. But you can put these back in the deck. I believe you actually need... Yeah, you have to find or use a card for it to actually tell you what it does. Unfortunately for me, let's take some... I only need like the one shield. And I will do my best to show off as many new cards as I can before the end. There was also later added the wild card update, which lets you change the playstyle. For lack of other proper words, this is like a difficulty thing, because you can actually go to easy mode with the apprentice, but then you have other things where, like, soldier is very unlucky, so any kind of gambling or chance stuff is harder to finish and go through. Unlike the Shadow Agent, who's luckier, but he's also weaker. So there's stuff like that, but I think for the purpose of just a regular playthrough, we're going to be doing the default mode. We don't need to worry about hard mode, because this is actually quite difficult. So we're just going to be keeping with this for the purpose of seeing as much of the game as we can. And unfortunately, we can only take 3 of these. So we're going to take Local Pleasant, Dead Hall, and River, because Devil's Choice is actually a difficult one. And with that, we can start our foray against the Jack of Skulls.
New content awaits you. It will be awarded when you complete your run. I will add my own cards to the deck. How boring life would be without a little spice. We play for life and death. Prepare yourself.
Captain of the Guard!
There's a token in it for you if you win.
You hear a shout from ahead and the sounds of battle. Racing forward, you discover a warrior surrounded by the undead. Broken bones litter the area around the man, but there is still more closing in on him, and he appears badly injured. "Stranger!" he calls out as he throws his weapon to you. "Here, take my mace and put an end to these monstrosities." Mace, get.
It's a lump of iron on a stick. Not terribly subtle.
And Holy does more damage to the undead. So, I will take that. And then we do the bip and the bop. And then I forgot that I don't have a shield at this time. So I'm just going to take that hit. Because I'm a bit thick. But it's okay, because as I move, food will heal me, as long as I have food. Good work putting them to rest. Keep the mace. We have enough back at Cardair, he says, slowly standing. We've been hearing reports of undead in our kingdom recently, and I came to investigate. He stops to look around at the bone fragments. More of them here than I suspected. Some new whore must have decided to settle in these parts and brought its minions. I must head back to the capital and report this to the Duke. Watch your step, friend. There is something more powerful at work than just these skeletons.
The token is yours. Well done.
And now, win or lose, I get new cards. The river.
Running water protects against many things in myth. Generally, though, it's just a pain to get past.
Blech. Your path is blocked by a river. The water is clear but fast. Attempt to cross. Alright. I'm looking with my eyeballs. Well, I'll take a guaranteed success. Your light armor makes the crossing relatively easy, and you reach the other side, cold and wet, but unharmed. Unfortunate. I will have to try and get the big success.
It lives in every game. That initial moment where things begin. I have worked on these cards all my days, and the canyon
gotta try and get that weapon
from the outset.
Let's take a gamble. Sick. Draw an equipment card. I get X. Boring. Don't want that. Okay, exit to the next floor. Let's go.
Seeking the heart of it all. Many have reached this far.
Mr. Lionel
Further,
returns. Okay.
I do not
what
know
do you want?
if you have what it takes to do
Needs
better
to help.
than they did.
Okay, so hopefully he gives me a shield. Yeah, excellent. So now I can see when enemies will attack me now, which is why I got hit before.
Given how rarely one encounters the
I'm
foe,
gonna ask
you are
for
fortunate
supplies.
to meet Merith again. Or perhaps
That's
we are
a lot of
merely
food.
cycling around the wheel and dipping into the same memories time and time again.
Traveling Tinker, I only have 10 gold, so that's not even worth going through. Because unfortunately it has a loading screen, which is kind of a pain in the butt.
Head downwards, if you dare.
It's just a real hitch in the old adventure process if you don't have the money to actually get
Now
anything.
all you need to do is find and kill the Jack of Skulls.
still
and
poor.
we can progress.
The Deadman's Gorge!
I'm sure it's not called Dead
Ambush.
Man's Gorge without reason.
Ah, 2 dust, that's fine. Just two pogue bandits. Nothing to worry about. The mace is a little bit slower than the axe, but it's fine. There we go. Finito. Good. 3 gains. Equipment card. I get the Explorer's Helmet. Reveals
Small
stair
aid
encounters
to
upon entering a
navigation,
level.
But still.
And, more importantly, grants a gold bonus for revealing every encounter on a level, which would have been nice to get a lot earlier, but what can you do with deck building? It also provides a little bit of armor. The Dead King's Hall.
Greed. If it were not for greed, then who would play at this game?
Questions and more that don't have proper answers. You see an ancient ornate coffin in the main burial chamber. It may hold spectacular wealth, but will surely be guarded. I will attempt to take them by surprise. I'm in danger. I'm not in danger. Suddenly you leap into the fray, taking one of them down before they can react, and this lets me get rid of one of them. Thus making actually claiming the card's rewards easier. Whoop. Also, I do like how your equipment is actually rendered out on your character model in the combat sections. That's something I've always appreciated. 3 gains and the token is now mine. Good. Medium armor, good.
Distinctly average. What do you expect me to say?
Oh.
Congratulations?
Max health?
Armor
Interesting.
protects you from damage. The best armor, of course, does so much more.
It's always nice to see the tokens piling up in the little token container off to the side. Bandit attack.
Our bandits are displeased with your challenges.
The King of Dust isn't happy about you killing his men. But that's fine. Even 4 bandits on their own, not too bad. Well, but see, now the trick is, in addition to more dangerous enemies, the arenas will also slowly... Let's just zip around and do counterattacks. The arenas will also slowly start gaining hazards as well. I don't remember how fast they do. It scales up faster in the second game. It's been a hot minute since I booted up the first. But, regardless of any of that, I am here with you. Among the bodies, you find a scrap of parchment along with a rough description of you, plus an offer of reward from the King of Dust. 1 game. Sick. More
One
food.
of my cards. A small benefit. I will not be so graceful
The boss
for long.
himself.
The undead.
The
Of
Jack.
all the players in the game, these are the most dangerous in the world, yet in no natural form. A wrongness, an error, cheating.
Nah, it's fine. Ain't nothing bad here. We're just gonna go and we're gonna give them the
Shots from
slap.
rifles cannot be deflected. You would do better to avoid them. Are you agile enough?
Yeah, I'm pretty agile. But I am gonna get rid of the these lads. Alright. You, enough of that. Stop that. Whoop. Yep. Oh. It's getting crowded up in here. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We going? Oh. And that was it. Can barely see with this exploring helmet on.
Ah, well done. Well done indeed. But you have roused the dead in their dusty tombs, and even I cannot say what will come of it. Now our wager becomes more interesting. Will the tools you've earned suffice to address the challenges I pose? That is the question, is it not?
And some of this is obviously DLC related, but that won't stop me from using it. For helping the captain of the guard, we get the mace as a regular item. The Dead King's Hall treasure! As a reward for defeating the Jack of Skellybobs.
Shall we deal again?
And with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And might join me next time to see where the Hand of Fate takes us. It's a wild statue in the background. I've been Dr. Beake, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Hey.